Hi, it's Tatiana, speech language pathologist here. Today's video is going to be all about parent communication styles. So if you're interested in seeing which kind of parent you are when you're communicating with your child and the ways that that can impact your child's language development, then keep watching. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to be using information from a book that I really love to refer to. I give it to a lot of my clients when we meet to go over a few chapters, but especially this chapter together. And that book is called It Takes Two to Talk. And so I'm going to go over 7 different styles of parent communication between parent and child. And I want you to be thinking about which one is most like you and which ones you might dip into from time to time. So the authors do say that we are all mainly one type of this communication style, but we do dip from time to time into other ones. But we are all striving to be one certain type. And I'm not going to tell you which type we're striving to be. I want you to be actively thinking while I'm describing all of these 7 types of communication styles and which one to you sounds like the one that every speech pathologist would want you to be. Okay, so let's start. The first role is called the director. I oftentimes find myself correcting my husband out of this role. It happens to all of us at some point, I feel like. But don't feel bad if this is you. The description sounds kind of terrible when I'm reading it like this, so I don't want you to feel bad. But we are definitely all, I feel like, part of each of these. So the director does, exactly like it sounds, a lot of directing. They take over most of the conversation. They're telling kids how to do something, where to do something when they're playing. For example, if your child brings you a book and wants to read and they love a certain page, they flip and they're trying to find this page with the ghost on it or whatever, and the director would say, oh no, we need to start from the very beginning. The second role is called the tester. The tester constantly asks the kid questions to see if they have learned whatever they had gone over. Let's say that you're looking outside or you're on a walk and you say, oh yeah, that's a bird. And then you say, what is that? What is that? What's that over there? What's that? All the time, constant questioning. And this questioning is not what helps children learn. A child learns best when you're tuned into their interests and you're playing and having fun, not testing and being questioned. The third style is called the entertainer. And the entertainer is someone who everyone loves because they entertain your child. And they're wonderful. Kids do get a little bit of information from the entertainer because they're always presenting something fun. But kids need an opportunity to be involved to learn, and they need an opportunity to lead with their own interests. So if the entertainer is constantly pulling things out of their hat and the kid doesn't get a chance to do by themselves, then they're not going to be learning. The fourth type of parenting style is called the helper. And I think this is also known in modern day parenting style terms as the lawnmower parent. The helper or the lawnmower parent helps way too much, way too soon. You have to let your kids struggle a little bit or just be able to finish something by themselves or even ask for help. They're really not giving their kid a chance to show exactly how much they know, which is just robbing them of more opportunity to learn. And because your mom or dad or whoever this helper person is and you're with that child all the time, you're able to finish their sentences. You know what they want before they ask for it, but you have to give them a chance to communicate that by themselves. This one is a tough one because we're all busy parents. And I can honestly say I am guilty of doing this some of the time. Number 5 is called the mover. The mover is so busy trying to do 100 things at the same time, and the child is entertained, and you're happy that kid is entertained just so you can get the dishes done or get the laundry done. And so when your child's interacting from over here and you're doing dishes over here or folding laundry, this child is not getting eye contact. They're not getting the proper communication skills modeled by you. Also, when you're doing a million things, you're not really noticing that your child is referring to you with their eyes or maybe trying to show you something when they're really little before they can have a full-on conversation or make a sentence to tell you what they're looking at or what they're interested in. So it's really important to be as present as possible. And unfortunately, a lot of the time, in order to provide the most language-rich environment for my child, I did a lot of my tasks after she went to sleep. The sucky part of parenting, but I honestly feel like sometimes you just have to do it. They need your attention. We're almost to the end. This is number 6. Number 6 is the watcher. And the watcher does have some good habits. They're watching their child play, they're present in the moment, and they're commenting on what the child is doing, but they might not know how to get involved without taking over. So they kind of just sit on the sidelines and comment about what the child's doing. Talking about what the child's doing and describing these things is such a good habit to have, but children need to interact and play with their loved ones in order to make these very long strides towards having great language skills. Last but not least is the tuned in parent. The tuned in parent is completely tuned in and aware of their child's wants and needs at any given moment. The tuned in parent is also very aware of their child's abilities and lets them try to make strides toward perfecting these abilities or growing these abilities. A tuned in parent gives a child an opportunity to initiate interactions, responds immediately to this initiated request for interaction, and not only responding like, oh, you wanted water, here you go. Respond with interest. Oh, you want water? Sure, I'll get you water. Let's go get water. Here you go, here's your water. How many times did I just say water? Was I engaging? Was I inviting? I'm super interested in what the baby wanted. And now that baby is heard and a single object labeled like 5 times. I'm sure you've guessed it by now. The tuned in parent is who you want to be. It's who we all should strive to be to provide the best language environment for our child. Of course, we can't all be the tuned in parent all the time, but if you can be this parent as often as possible, you will be setting up your child for success. You are your child's most valuable resource when it comes to learning to communicate. So I want you to ask yourself, are you messing around too much? Are you doing too many things at one time? Are you talking for your child? Are you modeling how to request things for them? Are you labeling items for them? Are you testing them too much, asking too many questions about what they might have just seen or what they might know just to see what they know? This will be a true exercise of self-awareness and self-reflection. I know it's really hard to know whether you're doing the best thing for your child sometimes, but this is one small way that you can know with certainty that if you are being a tuned-in parent, that you are doing the best thing for your child. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was really informative and helpful for you. If you have any questions for me, please comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. I will link the book that I'm referring to down below as well in case you wanted to refer to that for some help. I also created a cute little chart down there so you can save it on your phone, send it to your husband, ask him what kind of communicator he thinks he is. You can critique each other. I don't want to start any fights, but nobody can keep each other accountable like your significant other, right? So I urge you guys to set aside some time, figure out exactly what kind of parenting style you have, and if you are being a tuned-in parent. I hope that you'll subscribe so that you can see later videos that I make, and that you'll follow me on Instagram in the meantime, where I like to post stories and charts and awesome ideas for activities with your kids to improve their language. I guess that's it. I'll talk to you next time.